Peace, peace. This is Anpu with another video on Astral Travel. So the last video I did on Astral Traveling was my last experience was last month in June. I'm a little late on reporting this or documenting this experience. So this experience happened July 8th of 2020. This video should be pretty short because it was a very short experience. But like I said, I like to document every experience that I have, if it's good, if it's bad, if it was a long experience, a very short experience. So basically, like I always say, it happened in the middle of the night, and like I'm realizing I'm astral traveling more again. It's kind of taking me back when I first started, not when I first had these experiences, because I always had these experiences when I was a kid, and since I was a kid, but it was more frequent in 2012. I would have them at least once a month. And I did do a little changes within my lifestyle, and maybe this is the reason why I'm having more experiences. I've just been more at peace with myself. I have been relaxing more, giving my body more rest, and also I've been meditating more. I've been meditating more with and while I meditate, I do with sound. I like to meditate with certain frequencies. So you could look up certain gigahertz frequencies and meditate with them, at the same time, which is it's pretty cool. I kind of go deeper when I have that instead of having just like total silence. It kind of helps. It helps me still the mind, so I won't be thinking about just random things. Even though I don't try to control my thoughts while I meditate. Whatever thoughts come, I just let it flush out until I keep my mind just completely blank and just meditate on emptiness, which is a good thing. I mean, it's not a good or a bad thing if you start to think or things run through your mind. It kind of helps you flush out all the things that's running in your mind. You gotta take time of the day to refresh that, to refresh your memory, to refresh your mind, to clear your mind, so you can have more balance. So I've been meditating with crystals as well. I've also been doing yoga. I've been doing a lot of stretching and breathing, and I realized, the movement of the body also helps build chi, which is energy. And I've been doing a lot of yoga, so I've been doing yoga first thing in the morning. I do my morning yoga, stretching, and just deep breathing, getting the blood circulating, especially when you're dealing with the spine, when you're dealing with spinal fluid, because the spinal fluid plays a lot when it comes to astral travel. Even your body chemicals, your body, your pineal gland releases DMT. When your third eye is open, it is released a chemical, which that's what starts the vibration. And so your body, you gotta take care of your vehicle in order to have these experiences. What I'm realizing, me doing yoga, is kind of helping the flow of the fluids that's within my body, as well as the spinal fluid, which helps, with spirituality. Your spine has to deal with a lot, because that's where your chakras rest. Your chakras rest within your spine, and then you're dealing with your spinal cord is dealing with your nervous system. When you're dealing with your nervous system, you're dealing with electric. When you're dealing with electric, you're dealing with energy. So all these things kind of are all connected. So I've been doing yoga, and I've also been doing mantras. I've also been reading this book on mantras. So mantras is hand yoga, and you can use these mantras to certain hand gestures, can heal your body. Like for this mantra here, it's like dealing with immunity. You want to build up your immune system. Is dealing with this mantra. I've been battling a lot with allergies, so I'll use a mantra for allergies. Or if you have any problems with your heart, there's a mantra for healing your heart. So it's different hand gestures because your hands is very powerful when you're dealing with the 5 elements. Maybe I'll do a video on mantras or on my segment of Question Everything, but I want to get off the topic of astral traveling. So basically, I've been doing yoga, mantras, I've been doing meditations, and I've also changed my diet. So I've been eating less meat, and I've been not saying that I've been going full-fledged vegan, but I've been eating more vegan meals. So I kind of like try to balance it out. So I'll try to eat 7 days a week. I would try to eat 4 days of straight vegan, or try to mix it up. Well, I give myself 4 days. I like to do back-to-back days of vegan, and then do days of meat. Just testing things out to see how things are working within my body, to see how I feel, and because I know my body needs time to digest the meats that's within the body, and I'm really trying to aim to go full-fledged for being a vegan, and then just eat more electric foods, just dealing with energy. And then I'm hoping maybe I could have more, these experiences. So on July 8th, 2020, I had this astral traveling experience. So if you watched my last video, so this is astral travel number 46 that I've been documenting since 2012. So on my astral traveling experience of number 45, to me, I felt like it was a bad experience. Not dealing with fear, but also dealing with fear and just doubting myself. But on this one, of course, it always happens in the middle of the night. At this particular time, this time it was a little earlier than usual. It was like around 1:30 in the morning. And usually when I have these experiences, it happens around like 3:30 and on to like up to 5 o'clock in the morning. And I always call that the shadow hours. And for some reason, I guess this part of the world at that time, certain frequencies of energy hits the planet, and I guess that's when you're able to have these experiences. I have had them in the past in the morning time or during the afternoon, but very few. Most of my experiences is in the middle of the night. So in this experience, of course, I was in the bed and I was having a nightmare. I'm not going to go into depth with the nightmare, and that's why I said people don't realize, but we are in a tough time right now, and there's a lot of things that the physical eyes can't see, but we are going through a spiritual war right now. We're going through a major shift right now. A lot of things are starting to come out, and especially if you are special, different like me, you have a certain type of energy, and you're gonna deal with negative entities. And this is what I've been dealing with. I noticed that I've been dealing with psychic attacks from shadow beings, or whatever you want to call them, extraterrestrials. I don't really know exactly what they actually are, but they are entities. And when I'm in these states, I can feel them in the room. It's like closing your eyes, or if you ever had your back turned and you feel someone creeping up on you, it's that same type of feelings. We all have that ability, just that some are more advanced than others, Or you could feel somebody watching you across the room. It's that same type of feeling, but it's more intense, pretty much. So basically, I was having a nightmare, and I came out the nightmare because the thing is that certain entities, I spoke about this in my shadow beings of Question Everything. What are shadow beings? The jinns. So you have these entities that will project nightmares on you when you're sleeping to basically to get fear out of you. So these are like psychic vampires, and because we are so full of energy, that energy they suck that, they feed off of fear and energy, negative energy. So this is why you have to balance, your positivity and love. You have to have, more courage and more love within you, because these entities, they feed off of that. So I was having a nightmare, and I knew something was projecting that. I just felt it. I know it. That's why sometimes when you have nightmares, like crazy nightmares, you'll wake up sweating, hyperventilating, and then the day you wake up, you're like drained. And the reason why you drain is because these beings will take your energy. And these beings know you very well. These entities will tap into your subconscious mind, so they know your fears. They know what can get you to get to that state where they could harness your energy. So I had a nightmare, and I came out the nightmare, and I just opened my eyes real quick, and then I closed them. And I was positioned in the bed like this, with my arm up like this, and my pillow, laying on my back. And I felt the vibration about to come on. So I was like, oh, I'm about to have an astral travel experience. Okay. Well, I was kind of like ready for it this time. So I was like, let me let the vibration do its thing. But I was so eager to separate from my body. So the vibration came really hard. And I went through the sleep paralysis state. Of course, it's always the same steps when astral traveling. And then this is a mistake that I made. I didn't stay in that vibrational state for a long time because of my experience, my last experience in number 45, because it was a bad experience. And then I had that nightmare. I was full of rage. I wanted to get this entity. I was really frustrated, and it was just like, you know what, I'm going to separate, and I'm going to get him. And whatever it is, I'm going to challenge it. I am going to destroy it. That's the type of energy I had. I was very angry that it was projecting these nightmares. And in a couple of days, my wife been having a lot of nightmares too. I need to sage my house. That's what I really need to do, to cleanse my house. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I just don't have the time. But I need to do that. And it's good for sage. Use white sage, and use white sage around your whole house, and it kind of gets rid of all negative entities. And also sprinkle salt, sea salt, in the corners of your room. Also cleanses negative energy. So I was really frustrated. So I didn't let the vibration go wrong. So I separated really fast. And when I did, it was like really slow motion, and then it was like I was moving real slow motion. It was like if I was peeling away from my physical body. It's a crazy feeling. And I stood up. And when I stood up, I just was like so angry. And I was just like, where you at? And the room was just pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't even see myself laying in the bed. I couldn't see anything. It was just total darkness. So I was going towards my door to leave my room. Now, it's like the same concept of you getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and the room is pitch black, but you know your room very well, so you know how to navigate. You got your arms out and you're trying to navigate to the bathroom or so. So that's pretty much what I was doing. It was pitch totally dark. So I try to use a method that I used before and try to bring light within the room. And I said, let there be light, let there be light. Nothing happened. And I think it was due to because I ain't built up enough chi, I ain't built up enough energy. So I was trying my best to manifest light within the room so I could at least see. And I couldn't do it. So I remember navigating through my bedroom, and I felt my door. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to even try to open this door. I'm just going to go through it. And it was the weirdest feeling. I put my face through it, and it was like just going through it real slow. And I came out of it. It's like it's like peeling a sticker like off of off a surface or something. That's how like it felt. It felt like if I was like peeling, like going through it. And then after I finally went through the door of my bedroom, it was still total darkness. And in my past experiences, you know, I went through windows and I ended up in a different environment. I went through open doors, went through it, and it became like a different environment. So in this experience, it was just total darkness. And because it was just total darkness, I just decided, let me just go back to my physical body. And I just, and how I do that, like to go, I know people be asking, like, how do you go back to your physical body when you want? For me, it's like a sensation of like trying to wake up, right, from the experience. Just the same way, like if you was to wake up from a nightmare, but it's a little different because you're conscious. When I astral travel, I'm fully conscious. I'm aware of what's going on, and I've done this so many times. So, and I kind of like it's more of a thought. It's more of a thought because you're still connected to your physical body, and I just, boom, just went straight to my body, and I woke up, I got up, and I didn't sit up and just think about it. You just sit up a while and meditate on it. But I was so eager to try to get back into that state of mind, that state of consciousness. So what I did was I got up, I opened my eyes, looked around, and then I was able to see. I was able to see in my room. It's still dark, but it's not as dark as it was. It was just pitch black. Like if you were just in a dark closet with blindfolds on, I couldn't see anything. And I try to go back into that state. I closed my eyes and just did some deep breathing. I felt the vibration coming on a little bit, but it wasn't as intense. And I think I just kind of like wasted that energy that I harnessed. And that was it. I just gave up, and then I ended up being looped into a dream. So that was my experience on July 8th, 2020. So therefore, I guess I'm booming this year. So I'm going to keep continuing the methods that I've been doing. I'm definitely going to still monitor diet, just try to get more rest, still do. I've also been doing Qigong. Qigong was created by a guy in Japan. It's to harness the Qi energy around you and also within you. And it's like certain movements you do. And so I've been doing that as well. And so I'm doing all these things. I'm trying to start off 2020. I'm trying to go in with a different mind state this year. And spiritual mind state, because this is 2020, y'all. Like I said, 2020 means clear vision. This is the shift that's happening now. This is why all these things are happening. You see it on the media. Things are being exposed. I'm not going to get too deep on it, but things are being exposed. Things are coming out. The world is changing, and it's for a reason. So I'm gonna leave on that note. Thanks for watching. So this is Anpu with another video, Astral Travel. Peace.